Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. In today's video, we need to organize our finances for Q1 of 2024. So in Q4 of 2023, I decided that I was going to implement this new quarterly planning system or routine, and it worked phenomenally. And so I am taking that system with me, bringing that system with me into Q1 of 2024 and all the other quarters of 2024, because I just feel like it worked so well. And what I was trying to do, because Q4 is always hectic for us every year, that's October, November, and December, and because Q4 of 2023 was on track to be the most hectic year or quarter, of our lives, I thought it would be a good time to try to get ahead of things. And so I organized all of our personal matters and I organized our financial matters. Now, make no mistake, I do feel like our finances are personal. However, organizing finances, I feel like, is different than organizing everything else in our lives. Meaning, if we don't pay our mortgage, our car payment, our bills, our electricity, stuff gets taken away from us or stuff gets turned off. Whereas on the personal side of things, I was trying to organize stuff such as workout days and books that I'm gonna read and those types of things. And I feel like all of those things are more flexible and optional. So I do feel like finances are personal, obviously personal finances, but I just feel like they're kind of different. So anyway, we're going to be organizing finances today, and then I think I'm going to do a video where I'm organizing the personal side of things. I don't know if I'm going to film these quarterly financial planning sessions or resets every quarter, but I'm definitely going to share this video or film this because I feel like this shouldn't be as hectic and chaotic as the last one or the first one, and I just feel like this should be a breeze. And also, I don't know, I just feel like it should be more typical, if you will. So I thought that I would walk you guys through it. Every month in Notion, which is where we do all of our financial planning as of now, I actually create a budget sheet, and each month I like to write down all of our monthly financial goals, to-dos, tasks. I like to, of course, write our budget or create our monthly budget, and I like to update some of the databases, is what they're technically called in Notion terms, that are already a part of the Notion template. And then I also like to, of course, track all of our income and expenses, which I do throughout the month. So I'm about to take you guys into my Notion, and I'm gonna share my January budget. And I think what we need to do today is not only fine tune the January budget, perhaps, I feel like we will do it if we need to, I guess I should say. I also need to create a budget for February and March, so that will be for the entire quarter. I'm a little late doing this. I should have done this in December. I also we will need to do a little goal setting and a little planning around how we're gonna meet our quarterly goals for our financial goals. We also need to update our bill tracker. I need to take some notes and do some record keeping types of things. So we have a number of things to do. We're gonna lose sunlight in like 2 hours, so hopefully this doesn't take that long. If so, that's a problem. So that's what we are planning to do today. Let me remind you guys of our financial goals for 2024. In 2024, we have 2 goals, and we're gonna need like $20,000 to $24,000 to make these goals come to fruition. We're focusing on saving up anywhere from like $8,000 to $12,000 for this item that we need for our home, which is a fence. So that's what we need to focus on, what we are choosing to focus on for the first half of the year. I don't think it's gonna take us the first whole half of the year to complete this goal, but basically we're just accounting for what we believe is worst case scenario. So even though we could maybe potentially get it done in half that amount of time, we're just assuming that it will take longer because of Murphy's Law. But we'll talk more about those as we dive into the video, but just as a refresher, let me go ahead now and share my screen. What we are about to do is we're going to go into my January budget sheet, which is here, and I'm gonna share with you what it looks like. Here are all of our goals, to-dos, tasks, the monthly budget. I track all of our bills and subscriptions there, our income here, and then our expenses there, which we have officially made it to we're going into week 2 of January and things are off to a decent start, but we'll talk more about that. So first things first, I feel like we need to update this bills tracker. For SiriusXM, we pay that every 6 months, and I just put any random amount there. Normally just for record keeping, I will put the amount that we paid previously. What happens is that every 6 months I call SiriusXM and I tell them that I cannot pay and will not be paying the amount that they are proposing. Typically they are proposing like $130 for 6 months of service. We're talking about music in our cars here, so I'm not paying that much for some music in our cars. But what I will pay is like $40, $50, like $8 a month. I'm your girl. So I called them again recently in November and I told them that I'm not paying that much. So they gave me a new promotion. And so we paid $43.70. Now this doesn't really help me really, because in the grand scheme of things, I'd probably pay up to like $60 for service, but the amount just varies. I just call every 6 months and ask if they have a new promotion, or just tell them that I'm canceling, which I'm really prepared to do, but they kind of suck me in and I go with it. So I don't really know this exact amount, but this is about what we should probably plan for the next payment. But the thing is, that's actually not going to be due in the first quarter. It's actually the second quarter. But since we're here updating this, I feel like it's worth going ahead and putting that in there. So I don't really pay attention to the started and the next payment so much, but I will put when the next payment is due, which is going to be not that. The next payment will be, oh, I need to go back because I just messed up something. I keep doing that. Actually, I can probably, we'll put it here. We'll put that it started on September the 8th. November the 8th. December, January, February, March, April, May. So it'll be due around like May 8th of 2024. So we're gonna put that in here. The reason why this is a little convoluted is because I actually bought this template and it had in here like the calculations on the back end to calculate when monthly bills are due and yearly bills are due, here and here. But I do have some bills that are technically due biannually and some that are due quarterly, but I don't know how to go in on the back end and change the formula so that whenever I put in the started date, it'll automatically update the next payment date based on it being either biannually or quarterly. I don't know how to do that, but that's kind of what this is for. So we'll put last paid on, or paid on 11/8/2023, because I don't know how to do that on the back end. So the next payment will be due May 8th. All right, so that's that. For Progressive, same thing. I don't know how to change it on the back end, but the last amount that we paid, I think I remember this by heart, which is, I think I know this, which is kind of wild. Yeah, $10.98 was the last amount that we paid. We pay our car insurance every 6 months, and everybody's able to do this because they'll send you a premium for either 6 months or 3 months or a year typically, and you can pay it all at once or you can pay it monthly, but that normally costs more. For us, it costs about $300 more. So I last paid this on 12/5. So I'm gonna mark 12/5. That's when it was due technically, and it would have lapsed had I paid it on the 6th. Or I would need to pay it at midnight on 12/6 for it not to lapse. So we're gonna put last paid on 12/5/2023. That means that the next payment is due. Oh, it's already updated. Yeah, so with this, I have to change the started date and then it'll make it the same as the next payment date. But if it wasn't biannually or quarterly, it would not be that way. It would be right. All right, car payment, $314.34. That's good. Sling TV, still $40. Electricity, I put $320 here because back in the day, that's kind of what we were budgeting. But for now, that was like summer types of payments, I believe. But now the bill for this month is gonna be $152.38. So I guess I'll just put $150. It doesn't really matter because we don't have budget billing. We pay the electricity bill as it comes up. It's the only bill that I can't actually account for, really. So I'm just gonna put $150 there. It doesn't matter, but for January, we will be paying $152.38. And then moving forward, we'll probably pay about $150 or even less for the rest of Q1 as well. Pest control is the same at $50.60. Mortgage is the same. Water, sewer, back then I guess we were averaging 100, but really we averaged $70.72, which I think is the least amount that our bill can be, because that's what it normally is. Whenever we're dealing with the sprinkler system or increased water usage, it's obviously more, but for the most part, it's normally $70.72. So that's good. Then we have internet, which is still $80.30. Amazon Music, $16.99. Vivint, $52.14. Banfield, $61.05. Life insurance. Netflix has gone up to $11.99. Count their days. Mint Mobile is $130.86. Technically is $120. And this is for my husband. Should we put that? Yeah, let's put Mark Mint Mobile. This gets tricky too. I wish I could just take some time to fix this because it's very tricky. So his next bill is due January the 31st, this month, I'm pretty sure, but let's go double check. I'm gonna go into the Mint Mobile app, which I wish I could bring you guys along with me for this, or maybe I can pop up a screenshot if it doesn't show any information. But I'm not about to just screen record it because I feel like then I'm gonna have to blur out too much information that I don't care to blur out. All right, I'm the primary holder of this account. So let's go to my husband's thing, and his is due on, I can screenshot this and take out his phone number. His is due on January 30th, 2024. So we have to figure out how to change this to make it, I don't know how to change this. That's why it gets so tricky. Maybe we change it to this. Let's see. Okay, so we had to change that and then it just updated that. I don't know what I'm doing here, but yeah, the next payment is, let's say, yeah, we'll just leave it alone. The next payment is January 30th, 2024. It is due at $120, and then we also account for taxes, and that typically makes taxes and fees. It normally makes the bill $130.85 or $130.86. I have my bill paid up until April the 18th. All right, that's still accurate. However, I have $285 here. I think that's how, I have some credits. I think because I worked with Mint Mobile on a campaign, I got 3 months free, but I'm gonna pay my cell phone bill for a year. I'll screenshot this so you can see it too. I'm gonna pay my cell phone bill for a year, and it's saying that the renewal amount is $120, just like my husband. So I'm gonna put here then $130.86, because unless I get some free credits from somewhere, which I doubt, because I don't get free credits. I mean, like Mint Mobile sometimes will give credits or whatever if I work with them, but I'm not anticipating that happening. So I'm assuming I'm gonna pay the exact amount as my husband. The gag is though, I have some credits, and so I'm going to pay the same amount as he is, but my cell phone bill is gonna last me for a year, or it's gonna be paid up until next April. Okay, then we have Walmart Plus, which is yearly. It's a subscription, that's good to go. Termite control, oh, let's fix this. I last paid it, I think it's gone up. I last paid termite control, let's see, what are they called? What's the company called? I just paid it, so let me just scroll down in my emails to see how much I paid, because this is gonna be the bill moving forward. It kind of changes every year, not gonna lie, but it just is what it is. All right, I paid these folks. Of course, it doesn't say how much I paid them. It just says, okay, let me go into see. It just says, thank you for your payment. Of course, it doesn't say how much I paid them, but I'm pretty sure I paid them $330. By the way, we have shared finances, so anytime I say I, it really means we, but it probably is I as far as who actually did it, because I do all of this stuff because it's fun. All right, so what are they called? Okay, oh, there they are. I paid $330, and the bill will be due. We don't have to change it, it's good to go. All right, next up we have Capital One fee. That's due in February. That's good to know, because we have to budget for that when we get to February, because I have not been saving up for that via sinking funds. Why have I not? We'll worry about that in February. We have Hulu for $2.99, which comes out of my husband's personal spending money typically. NBA Live has gone up I saw that with my own 2 eyes. And that also comes from my husband's personal spending money, and that's gonna be $16.19. That's for, it's really Roku, some kind of Roku subscription that we got through Roku, but it's NBA Live. And then we have the YMCA for $59. Cool. All right, so that's our bills tracker. And if you go to payment calendar, you can see all of the bills are on here because I have the due dates over here, which is the beauty of having the next payment, which once I figure that out on the back end and that formula for quarterly and biannually, I feel like this will be beautiful. But until then, I just do my best. So these are the bills that we still have to pay for January. All the other bills that have come out already for January have disappeared. That's basically how that works. And so there's February, and then we could keep going. So we did update this. So this is good as we move forward and update our budgets for February and March. So another thing that I want to do is I want to throw in here buy Zah a gift. One of my closest friends had a baby almost 2 years ago because his birthday is in January, and it changed it. Either I put Zach or it changed it to Zach, and he has a birthday in January. Last year for his first birthday, she had a birthday party for him, so I took him a gift, and whether or not she has one this year, I still want to give him a gift. So I kind of forgot about it. So I'm adding that to the January goals and to-dos. Also, you guys, when it comes to finances, we need to repair vehicle, new front and rear brake pads, purchase new motor head for Dyson. Alrighty, I'm gonna copy that because I think I might take that with me to this other page. Okay, so this is all updated. The only thing worth updating here is that our water bill actually came in at $70.72, but I kind of want to leave it like this because this was our original budget at the beginning of the month, and if I change this, it changes our original budget. Not that it really matters, but I kind of want to leave it alone and leave it as such. So that's the only thing that I have to update, but that's a difference of not even $5 whole. So we'll leave that alone. Now let's go into our quarterly planning guide, which is here. This should say Q4 actually. I'm gonna change this to Q4. I just changed it when I duplicated it. So I just duplicated the 2023 Q4 quarterly planning guide, if you will, and I made a 2024 Q1 quarterly planning, and I forgot to change the Q. I don't know what happened, but the first one was for Q4 of 2023. This one is for Q1. Let's start over here. I had our holiday budget at $12.50, which was great. But now I actually do need to do a trip budget. So the only place we're going, and actually my husband's not even going, the only place that we're going as of right now in Q1 is next week. I'm going home for my best friend's birthday. So that's really the only trip that we have planned, and that's an annual thing. It's like a girl's trip every January, and it's been that way for forever. I am thinking, here's what I'm thinking. Instead of saving for our sinking funds for January, I may skip and use that money for the trip. For this trip, I think I'm gonna budget $400. And I just went through the math, and I feel like that's reasonable. I feel like 500 should probably be the max, but I really don't know what all we're going to get into. So I really don't know exactly. This is probably the one time I know the amount that I definitely wouldn't want to spend beyond, which is 500, but I'm really not even trying to spend that much. However, I don't know, the plans aren't solidified at this very moment. I was gonna stay with her, which is free, but now she's gonna have her mom stay with the kids at the house, and the rest of us is looking like we're gonna get a hotel room. Because at first, it was only me and another person going, but now it seems like there's gonna be more people involved. And so I think it's going to be more than what I originally bargained for, which is fine. But I'm thinking, let's do 400 to 500 just to make sure. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so next up, I was thinking of selling this table and all of my chairs, everything in the breakfast nook, and upgrading them. But I don't realistically think I can do that. Well, I can do that, but unless I'm going to get the amount of money that is pretty much exact for me to replace it, because I don't want anything fancier. I'm actually kind of downgrading, sort of, and realistically, I don't think that's gonna be possible unless I can get the exact amount that I need for the new purchase. So I'm gonna leave it on here in case it does happen in Q1. It is something I want to do. in 2024, but I don't know. I have to see. I have to keep working some numbers to see if the proceeds will be enough to cover the cost of the new breakfast nook table and chair. So we'll see about that. All right, what else do we have to do? That's kind of like a brainstorming, if you will. All right, so Deidre's birthday trip is gonna be January. It's next weekend, second weekend of January is when it is. My dog's comprehensive exam is due 3/11, so I need to schedule it. So I'm gonna go to parental and I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna do schedule comprehensive exam. While we're here, let me just share with you some of the tasks associated with these different areas. I do need to order some of my dog's dental treats. What I do is I normally buy them once a month and there's enough to last her the whole month. And she's about to be out around mid-January, so I'll need to order some for January. But I'm going to see if I can find them in bulk and order enough for like 90 days. That's my goal. Then I also need to schedule her comprehensive exam. I've been talking about starting her on BarkBox for forever to remove the need for me to go and buy toys and treats each month. I can erase this. Well, I can put the one about, let's do this. All right, so I don't have to get my great niece a birthday gift, but I am going to get a gift for my friend's son. While we're here, let's do buy Deidre gift. That's in January. Let's do buy Jasmine a gift. That's in February. Let's do buy Alika a gift. That's in February. And then let's do buy Zion a gift. And that's in March. Okay. I am working on scheduling my January friend dates. I need to schedule my February ones, although I think those are kind of scheduled. I feel like, let's kind of leave it at that. I feel like they might be scheduled. We'll talk about it in a minute. And then schedule March friend dates. And no, I don't schedule time with my family. I just see them as I see them, which sometimes when we're hosting, we'll have all of our family members who live here and even like close by around. So we don't really like schedule with them. We just go see our family as we see our family for different like dinners and stuff like that. It's just a thing. I don't know. That's just how it works. But my friends, on the other hand, I definitely schedule with them because I don't know. I have to be more intentional about those relationships if I want them to exist. All right, so that's that. We need new front and rear brake pads for the RAV4 and then to purchase the new motor head for the Dyson. Those are all, why did I put those all there? Some of them need to go up here, like as an example. Well, I have them for relational. All of these are relational or parental. And then we have these which need to go to probably personal. So let's just copy let's copy these and throw them in personal. Speaking of relational, I am going to be hosting a Galentine's with, it's literally 7 of us. So I'm going to be the one who's in charge of decorating. So I'm going to order Galentine's decorations, and truth be told, I'm just gonna throw up like a Galentine's banner and some couple things, like quite literally nothing major, but that's gonna be my contribution to the activities. So that's for February. So I'm trying to think, there shouldn't be anything else related to the dog for January. She's good on all things except for the dental treats and of course needing her comprehensive exam. I don't need to schedule boarding or anything like that for her, grooming or whatever, because we do her grooming here. Her meds, I think when I go for the comprehensive, that will give her meds. I think she has 2 more monthly meds left, which technically would mean perhaps that when I go for her comprehensive, I can re-up on meds. So I should probably inquire about heartworm meds so they can have those ready for us whenever we go for her comprehensive. For relational, birthdays, home projects, I do think the new motor head actually might come back down here. And then we also need to repair bathroom shelf. I don't know if this means we need a new shelf or whatever. It's messed up, so we do need to do that for the house. We also need to repair the siding on our house. I don't know if we are going to, it's not that big of a deal, but it's something, I like to keep up with stuff, okay? It's not that big of a deal, but I like to keep up with all the things because I feel like if I keep up with the house, then it shouldn't be falling apart in 5 years. I shouldn't look up in 5 years and everything's falling apart. So when light bulbs go out, when filters need change, when paint needs touched up, we prioritize and do all of that stuff so we don't find a house that is in shambles because we failed to take care of it. Okay, so I'm pretty sure those are the major things that need to take place for tasks. I'm not thinking we need any oil changes. I do want to notate something here. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to put tire rotation on 1/3/2024. That will be for the RAV4. That's when it had its last tire rotation. And they told me 2 visits left of Toyota Care. What this means is that for the last 3 years, we have not come out of pocket for any tire rotations or oil changes or some of the other types of issues that the car has had, which have been relatively minor because we prepaid for those things via Toyota Care. But I learned on January 3rd that we only have 2 more visits left, which is the equivalent of 10,000 miles because we take it for servicing every 5,000 miles. 5,000 miles, we get tire rotation and oil change, and then the next 5,000, we get a tire rotation, and then it repeats. So I just got a tire rotation, which means that in that particular car, when we go back in 5,000 miles, we'll get another free oil change and tire rotation, and then the next time we'll get a tire rotation, and then the next time we will have to pay out of pocket for the first time. So I need to brace for that, for having to actually come out of pocket. That's not gonna be in this quarter. We're not gonna do 10,000 miles between January, February, and March, but it's something to be mindful of. So I just wanted to throw down that information. Another thing is Marky paid tuition on, it was like, Marky paid tuition on 1/4/2024, and then Marky bonus. He got a bonus on 1/5/2024, and then he's getting another bonus, Marky bonus, on March the something. So let's see when that is. March the, oh, my niece's birthday. Good for her. She might get a better gift than typical. All right, so I'm just throwing out information here. Deidre's birthday, trip, ladies comprehensive exam, business paydays on 21st of each month. Marky register for classes. So if he's starting classes as of today, then February, March, April, May, spring classes. Yeah, spring classes don't end until like May. So we'll have to worry about him registering for, I don't care about him registering for classes. I mean, like, to me, registering for classes means time to pay for his tuition because we're paying for his tuition out of pocket as he is getting a master's degree. While we're here, I'm going to look at our calendar so we can see what all is happening moving forward. Oh, I got another friend's birthday. And isn't it crazy that the 2 friends that I made since living here, I've been here a long time, I've only made 2 friends and they're ex-coworkers. The only 2 friends that I've made here have birthdays that are a week apart in February. So I think I'm gonna take her out to dinner and send her flowers or something. Then my other friend's birthday, I think we're going out on the town kind of thing. That's February. And then March, let's see what's happening in March. Easter is March 31st. By the way, for anybody who needs to know that information. So in looking at the financial piece here, I planned out our bonuses, which so far is just the 2, which is plenty. I'm just saying, we already talked about those. Then paydays. I need to delete the January 5th payday because I did not get paid that day. And I probably need to look at the payday schedule for me and my husband. So I'm updating my January 20th payday because I have it repeating every 5th of the month and every 20th of the month, but on January the 20th, it's a Saturday. So I'm gonna change it to January the 19th. So now it's in my calendar for January 19th, which I'll be out of town, period. I'll get paid while I'm out of town. And let's double check my husband's, nope. So his first payday of the month is supposed to be on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. That ain't gonna work. So let's change it to Friday because that's when he will get paid. So let's change that event. And then next up, we have my husband's next payday, which is on the 31st of the month, which is the last day of the month, which is good. And then let's go to February and then March. All right, paydays are updated. Bills and expenses are updated. And oh, we do need to kind of break down our goals real quick. All right, let's break down these goals. Let me look. We want to get a fence, and then we want to pay off car loan. We don't really have to worry about paying off the car loan because that's going to be something that we work on from July to December. And then the fence, though, is going to be something that we work on from January to June. And let's see the last fence estimate that I got. Okay, one independent contractor gave a quote of $8,500, and I'm pretty sure that Home Depot's was like $10,000. Like, I'm pretty sure. I think it was even closer to $11,000. I'm pretty confident about that, unless the prices are going to have gone up by then, but we would really like this fence by summer, preferably. So let's say we went with the $8,500. I could probably still, I think a couple people gave us a quote of $8,500, which is still a lot of money for a fence. I'm being honest. I was not prepared to pay $8,500 for a little fence. I feel like it should not be anywhere near that price, but you gotta pay what you gotta pay. So if I divide $8,500, because let's say that's what I could get it for, then if I divide that by 6, then that means we need to save $1,416 per month. Save $1,416. Yeah, $1,416 per month for $8,500 fence. Or we could save $2,000 for 5 months. Nope, $2,000 for 4.5 months is basically what it comes down to. No, $2,000 for like 4 months. So we probably could make it happen by like April or May, perhaps. All right, I just wanted to see, like, worst case scenario, if we're only saving $1,400 a month as opposed to $2,000, what we will be able to come up with by June, which is when we're trying to have at the top of summer, because we'll get out of school around that time, and I'm trying to have this fence built in a few days. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to January's budget. I'm gonna duplicate this, and then let me go to Notion on my phone too, because I may be going back to look at the previous budgets. You know, I may have to go look at the last year's budget to see what all we were budgeting for and what all to-dos and tasks and such we were planning for. But for now, I'm going to go into the Q1 quarterly planning and reference these tasks as we build out our February budget. Okay, for February then, let's work on the to-dos and tasks. I'm going to leave pay for exam on here because that's a recurring. Save $2,000. Let's work on the budget first. All right, so for gym, the bill's going to be $59. Car payment, electricity, I'm going to budget $175 to be dramatic. Cable, pest control, internet, mortgage, water, sewer, student loan, Amazon Music, security, life insurance, pet, Netflix, phone. There will be no phone bill in February. Delete. Oh, let's put 0 so that it stays here moving forward as we duplicate this template. Shopping, sinking funds, savings, and retirement. Actually, I'm going to put water at $70.72, which I believe is going to be the amount. Let's see what else is on here. Purchase new med, buy Zah gift. We can delete that. We can delete Deidre's gift. Why did I even bring all that over? These are February things. That's why I wanted them here. And my niece's birthday is at the end of March, so I really don't need that on here either. And then order Galentine's decorations. Let's look at our bill tracker to see if there's anything that we have to pay that's due biannually or quarterly. Oops, look, Capital One fee. It's probably crazy of me, but I just realized that we have enough credits at this very moment to cover the cost of the credit card bill. So I'm gonna put pay annual credit card fee. We have enough points to cover the cost of the credit card fee as of right now, unless we were to use them, which I don't plan to do. So as of right now, we have enough. Also, not because of the drama that has unfolded, but we are huge Cat Williams fans, and anytime he comes even remotely close to us, we go see him. He's my favorite comedian, always has been. So I'm thinking that we may want to go to his comedy show. So I'm gonna put that on here. And I looked and he's coming to our area in February. So I'm gonna put that on here. Yeah, we're gonna put that on there as a potential to do. We were thinking that we may get tickets. We'll have to see. All right, so I'm putting that on there for February. And I'm putting pay annual credit card fee on here like I mentioned, but I have enough to cover that in credit card points as it stands. That means we can go to March and we can go here and we can duplicate this for March. And then we can work out all the kinks for the March budget. And hopefully we can get this all squared away and finish. I think the only thing for March that would be different is, besides deleting all this stuff, yeah, I'm gonna delete all that stuff. And then I'm going to paste this. And then let's check out the budget part of this. All right, gym, car payment, electricity, cable, pest control, internet, mortgage, water, student loan, Amazon Music, security, life insurance, pet, Netflix, phone, no bill in March, right? Shopping, savings, retirement. Let's go look. Oh, let's do this again and we'll do ascending and we'll see. It's looking like nothing specifically it's due in March. Next up, we would have my cell phone bill. Okay, that works. As it stands, we're not doing the auto staff transfers, so we don't have to worry about that. The one thing that I'm trying to think of is a part of this is putting things on autopilot. So I'm trying to see if I want to set up anything specifically. All of our bills, let me see, gyms on autopay, car payments on autopay, electricity, autopay, cable, autopay, pest control, autopay, internet, autopay, mortgage, autopay, water, sewer, autopay, student loans, autopay, Amazon Music, autopay, security, autopay, life insurance, autopay, pet, autopay, Netflix, autopay. I thought I heard that camera beep, which would suggest that it turned off. Netflix, autopay, phone, autopay, even though it only comes out every 3 months and every year. That's on autopay. I just looked. Savings is automatic technically because whatever's left in our account is what's left in our account, and then we transfer it over or we can leave it there. So the only thing that I really need to worry about is in February, right? There's a bill that we have to pay. Oh, the annual credit card fee. So that might be something I have to do on my own. Otherwise, we are saving up each month for HOA fees, which are due each year, once a year, just paid them. Our pest control, which is due yearly. Sirius XM, which is due biannually. Water Plus, Walmart Plus, which is due annually. Progressive, which is due biannually. It's semi-annually. Isn't it semi-annually? It's semi-annually, and I keep saying it's biannually. Why do I keep doing that? Probably because I have it written in here as biannually, but I thought I went back and changed it all. Biannually is every 2 years. Semi-annually is every, right? Something that is paid, reported, published, or otherwise takes place twice each year, particularly once every 6 months. Semi-annually, not biannually. Oh my God. Okay, we got that changed. So hopefully I won't keep repeating that because I changed it for February and March. But does it say that for January? It probably does. I probably need to change that as well. Oh, back to sinking funds. And then we pay Progressive semi-annually. $185 towards car insurance, $8 towards Walmart Plus, $10 towards Sirius XM, $25 towards termite control, and $17 towards HOA fees. If you add all of that up, you get $245. And those are numbers that I have come up with based on taking the numbers that I showed you that I'm anticipating these bills being, and then dividing them by either 6 for the semi-annual bills or 12 for the annual bills. And again, I don't really, like Walmart Plus can go up or down. It's probably never gonna go down. Or Progressive can go up or down, so I don't know like the exact amounts, which is why I save for them so I don't have to be worried about them. So I just try to save a roundabout amount is what we try to do. But I guess one thing that I can add to my to-do list to do at some point perhaps is to try to automate those sinking funds transfers, just because why not? One less thing we'll have to do. Okay, so I am all organized for the quarter. I think I've thought through all that I can think through. I'm obviously not a psychic magician, mind reader, Jesus Christ. So I really can only go based off of what I know to be factual, which is that these bills are going to be due. Some of them just typically change from month to month, like our electricity, our water, Netflix just went up. Who knows what our car insurance is going to be? Not that it matters anyway, because it's more like something that I need to worry about for Q2. But I feel like we've laid the groundwork, and I feel like moving forward, at least I know when paydays are, I know when the bills are due, how much they're going to be, the monthly bills, the quarterly bills, the semi-annual bills, which none of those are due in Q1 anyway. The annual bills, which I did pay HOA fees this year technically, so that was paid, but otherwise everything else is not going to be due in Q1 anyway, as far as quarterly, semi-annually, or yearly bills and subscriptions. So I think we are good to go. I feel pretty confidently going into Q1. I'm going to do this again for Q2, and I'm going to keep doing this until I can't do it anymore, until I'm blue in the face, because I just wholeheartedly feel like setting up the budget before the month, before the quarter starts I don't know, I just feel like it was such a good idea for Q4, because then all I have to do is at whatever point before the month starts or at the top of the month, come in and kind of just fine tune a few different things, and that's it. That's all. The only other thing worth notating is that obviously with the social media business, content creation, whole situation, oftentimes depending on how much we are paid, we are at liberty to oftentimes kind of give ourselves a little bonus type thing. So our income actually could very well be more than what we are budgeting for, or what we are anticipating it being. So we may be able to meet some of our goals more quickly, or we very well may not be able to be, because it kind of just depends. We have taxes due basically in this quarter. I mean, they're due by April the 15th. I think that's when tax day is this year. I haven't looked it up. Middle of April. So that's happening in April. And you know, we normally pay ours before then. We don't wait until the last possible minute typically. That is going to be it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a like, subscribe if you're new, and if you're liking what you're seeing, and I will catch you guys right back here in a few days in a brand new video. Bye guys.